Hi, I'm Sunil Chhetri, and I'm here to talk to you about my long game. Behind me are 10 stories that have taught and shaped my life in different ways. Let's go. My family. And I know everyone says this, कि मैं जो भी बनाऊं अपनी mom की वजह से बनाऊं. I think I wouldn't have achieved anything if it wasn't for her. The thing is, when I was growing up, because she was so good in all the sports, carom board, Chinese checker, volleyball, sprinting, wrestling, till I was 13, I couldn't beat her and used to kill me. And she's feisty and she has a lot of banter. She's not like the normal mums where she wins and she's like, you know what, beat it, it's okay. My main competition was her. Learning how to be a good sports person started right at my own house with my own mum. It's nice, man. What a nice one. What a nice way to start with. Broken glass. Oh man. When I was 17, I signed for a club. I don't know if you heard about it. Mohun Bagan. It was my third game, but we drew the game at our home. There were spits, there were abuses, there were bottles, there were stones. I was petrified, scared. The next day I called my father and I told him this is not for me, that I can't do it. My poor dad at that time, of course we couldn't afford a flight. He came by train. He didn't oppose me. He didn't say man up or anything. He just sat with me, heard my story, and at the end he said, you really want to give up your dream because of this. And I think it's not what he said, but for him to leave everything, come there and spend that week with me is probably exactly what I needed. So I think what I understood from that is sometimes when you can and if you can, people who are in need, especially in sports, just have to be there. First taste of success. It was a very strange story because when Mohun Bagan called me, I thought I was going there to give trials for the academy that Mohun Bagan had. That in itself was a huge deal. What happened is, and this is the funny part, my then coach, now father-in-law, Mr. Subodha Bhattacharya, was the head coach. And the main players had not come back from the pre-season, or from the off-season. So he kept us. Fourth day, the officials told me, call your father. And I was still not very sure about what was happening, but I like, they must be liking me. We went to the office and they offered me a 3-year deal for Mohun Bagan main team. Not knowing exactly why they were taking my trials is why I'm standing here doing this bit. So not fearing as to where you are, if you believe in what you're good at and if you give your best, this thing happens. Not a good picture though, huh? I don't know why my eyes are like this. That's my best friend now. And there was a home game, I think it was against ATK, and I still remember. And she always gets ready what she's going to wear, where she's going to sit in the stadium, and she's really excited. She's a football fan. I was about to go for a match. She said she's not going to watch the match. And she has tears in her eyes. And then I was shocked. What happened? And then she opened up. That she got a couple of messages where they called her that she's unlucky for me and she shouldn't come to the stadium. And I was fuming. I said, I promise you I will score. Get your best dress on, come to the stadium, I'm going to score, I'm going to throw you a flying kiss. It sounds very filmy. We went to ETK, we won 1-0, as fate had it. I scored the goal and she was happy. And after that, what happened was she still gets trolled sometimes, but she understands. Not all fingers are the same. You're going to get praised and you're going to get trolled. Do not take it to your heart and relax, especially when you have a husband who can promise you and score. Oh, that's a good picture, man. That's me against Pakistan in Pakistan. It's an unparalleled feeling. There's nothing else in my life which gives me more joy and more pride than playing for a country. The first time I played against Pakistan as a senior national team player, I scored my first goal. And that, my friend, the day I will never forget in my life. But with the right group, and if you work really, really hard, and I was doing it without knowing it, you end up playing for the country and magic happens. Oh. This was one of the toughest times for the player Sunil Chhetri. But for the human in me, it was the best time. I signed Sporting Lisbon for 4 years. When I went there, I trained with the A team. I was told, you're not good enough. Go to the B team. I went to the B team. To my bad fortune, the B team boys are better than the A team. The player in me couldn't take it any further. This is the time where I was taught how to be humble. So I do not regret it that I came back because I learned a lot. Apart from the fact that it made me a better player because I was training with some top player. But I've got no regrets because this made me a better person. BFC number 11. We were playing the ISL finals at Kantirva in the year when we were outstanding. We scored a first goal, 8th minute we were buzzing and we lost that final. But I've never seen a dressing room full of grown-up men crying. And I think the loss that had happened and the way it happened affected all of us in such a bad way that we didn't leave any stone unturned individually and as a team. And from there, to again be one of the best teams, again qualify, again reach the finals, and then to win the final the way we did. Oh man, what a relief. See, I will not say the cliche one where if you lost something, you work hard and you will get it. But if you get the right team in your life, if everyone is in sync, even sometimes the impossible is achievable. What's this? At this time of my life, it wasn't bad. क्योंकि आपके चारों तरफ सब ऐसे ही था. बड़ी मुश्किल से आपको एक जूता मिलेगा, थोड़ा फट जाएगा, you go to the mochi, सिलवा लो और खेलो. When I was young, the exposure towards Indian football and the professional side of it was very minimum. So now if you ask any kid, can you become the next Sandesh Jingan? Or a Saina Nehwal? Or a Baichung Bhutia? Or a Virat Kohli? He or she can tell you, if this happened, I can become. Because the awareness, the knowledge is vast and easily available. To all the kids who aspire to become sports person now, don't think कि यार ये बस 2 रुपए की बातें कर रहा है और ये ज्ञान बांट रहा है. I mean it. But work really hard. Make sure every day counts and you never know where you're going to end up. See, that's why I blame you. Everything is emotional. So, I signed a deal with QPR Rangers because there was a clause that you have to play 75% of your national team matches for any foreign player to go to England Championship. And your country has to be 70 or above in world rankings. The first one I qualified because I was playing regularly for my nation. And the second one I didn't. And we appealed. And I think out of 6 judges, the majority had to say yes. And 3 of them said yes, 3 of them said no. I really got sad. Because I think one of the feelings was I did whatever I could, but I still couldn't get the work permit. The timing at that moment I thought was one of the worst timings ever. But when the next day we won the game and superstar NP Pradeep scored an amazing goal, the timing was alright because I could get over it. Do not worry what's not in your hand. थोड़ा दुख लगेगा, थोड़ा रोना आएगा, रो लीजिए. Get up the next day, go to training because one NP Pradeep will score and you'll feel happy. See, this is a picture where I look good. To play 21 years of football is not easy. One of the most important people, and I think I tweeted about it, the physios, the masters and the doctors. The number of times these people have fixed me and allowed me to go to the pitch is unbelievable. In our field, we say, play to the whistle. Not every day is going to be good. For sure, in general, things are not going to go your way. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, especially sports people, especially footballers, not everything is going to go your way. Keep going.